Greetings, I'm the Brave Man. How's everyone doing today? Good, I hope. Alright then. Alright, so today we're doing a Pokemon quiz where we're going to try and name and rank all 1025 Pokemon. Oh, make sure a lot longer of Pokérap. Alright, so what's going on is behind the scenes, Minion number 1 has a list of every single Pokemon. And we've got, what are the categories again? Minion, if you're able to post the categories in chat. Bum, 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 bum. I'll pin it so I don't forget it. Okay. So that's them. We've got aesthetic, battle, lore, shiny, and then opinion based. Shiny, I'm not going to do at this time. I'm going to do shiny at the end if I manage to get through every single Pokemon. And then opinion wise, obviously that's subjective. The we scored from out of, what was it out of? 5, 10? It's out of 10. That's it. Yeah. So. As soon as I tap the first Pokemon, the time will start. Not just naming as well, I say it's ranking them. Okay, here we go. On the Crendo. Alright. First one, Mimikyu. Mimikyu, number 1. Alright. Aesthetic, 10. Perfect aesthetic, right there. Lore, I think 10. Battle. This is where Mimikyu suffers because the gimmick is fun, but it's not as fun as it was in Alola after it's been nerfed. And also beyond that, it's fun, but I think it's about 7 for battle for me. There's a battle I'm doing to take how it feels for me to use in battle and how viable I think it generally is on my squads. And then opinion. Let's give it 9. Shiny we'll come back to. Although it's got a really good shiny, but we'll come back to that. Alright, what's the next Pokemon? Bum 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 bum. Let's get out of the way. Eat more. Battle. 0. Does that count? Can I do zeros? Can I do zeros or what? Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to. That hit minion score system. Bum 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 bum. I know I'm allowed to do whatever I want in opinion, and you probably can disregard that for the ranking thingy scores, but bum 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 bum. I mean, I argue that's Heatmore, but alright, fine then. Alright, 1 for aesthetic. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It's dressed like a clown. It's got a crotch tube. Like, that's enough aesthetic to be 1. It might be one of the worst looking Pokemon there is. They're a fake mon that people drew in crayon when the babies that look better than design than Heatmore. Bum 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 bum. Alright, what else about? Oh yeah, battle. No, lore-wise, 1. Alright, it's mortal enemies with the Pokemon Durant, right? I'll do Durant next. Durant is Steel Bug type. Heatmore is super effective, but the mortal rivals, but it's like a Zangoose Viper thing where they kind of like even. How? Not even like a whole colony of ants, it being an anteater, but how does an anteater get beat up by something that's 4 times weak to it? It's pathetic. Heatmore is pathetic. Doesn't matter if it's got a hidden ability or not, because no one's going to bother looking for one and giving it that. Alright, battle. Yeah, hidden ability pretty crap as well. Yeah. Right, let's give it a battle. I mean, it's not a 1 because it's some it's at most a 2. Objective and then objective -10. I can do whatever I want. I've been told I can do whatever I want in the objective category, in the opinion category. So that's is that all of them? All right, Durant now. Durant aesthetic. I'd give it about 7. It does look pretty cool. Does look pretty cool. It's not overly it's nothing overly complicated, but it's just solid, just standard Pokemon design. Lore, I'd give it about 6. It's like an average Pokemon lore, maybe slightly better than no, I'm not putting down to 5. It's just the average. It's just average lore. The only reason I was giving it 6 is because it destroys Heatran. I mean Heatmore, but like, I mean, well, that actually goes without saying. Battle 6. It's fine. It's fine, but all I remember is just running it and using Infestation over and over again. I was playing black and white just to try when my rest of the squad were. It's not a Pokemon I would use in a squad. Opinion 6. It's just an average Pokemon in my opinion. I said Heatran, so let's do Heatran next then. Heatran, okay. Aesthetic 6. It's not the worst design, but it's like 5 being obviously average, but it's like it's not amazing. I thought because of the sprite in the Sinnoh games, I thought it only had 2 legs. We'll try and speed up with this through. I thought it had only 2 legs. I also thought that it was locked to be female only because the first 4 in games, the first 4 different times I got it, it was all female. Yeah. All right. Battle 7. I remember just using Eruption and Iron Head over and over again. Lore 6. I don't really remember much of it, so opinion 7. Despite all that, I kind of like Heatran. Oh, I mentioned it before, so Survivor. Aesthetic 6. Hang on, what did I put Durant as? Aesthetic. Right, knock Durant down to 6 because Survivor. It's the same thing. Survivor. It's like it's a Pokemon. So Durant's now 6. Okay. Battle 5. You can use it, but it's like I can use it, but it's all subjective. But like it's not. I've got to be somewhat objective. Lore, I really like the kind of like. I'd say it's about an 8 to be honest. Lore-wise, I really like the kind of destined battle thing and the rivalry with Zangoose, despite the fact that they can breed with each other. Opinion 7. Is everything right? Enemies to lovers, exactly. Zangoose, aesthetic 5. The red really, when you look at Zangoose, the eyes and the red really make up a lot of the design. You'll take those away and it's just the red, to be honest. Lore, same as Viper. Battle 5. It's a Pokemon that I wouldn't think it, but it's like it's a filler slot. Opinion, what was the Viper's opinion? 7 or 8? 7, I think, wasn't it? It's like a 5. It's fine, but like it's bolstered massively by being paired up with the Viper. Okay, what's do you know what I'll do? Actually spelled like proper lick. Yeah, there we go. In this time, see? Or its name, not Licky Lily. Aesthetic. 3. 3. It's not the worst, but it's like still clearly Pokemon. Battle. It's actually like a 6. It's actually quite decent in battle, from what I remember. Lore. It's just Lickitung but bigger. 4. 3. 3. Opinion. Nah. I'd say opinion is about 3 as well. My opinion of it. Alright, then let's follow that with Lickitung. Lickitung. Aesthetic. What I gave Licky 3. Then Lickitung is it's the same, let's face it. It's a bit less silly, but I'd say it's about the same, to be honest. It just moves the kind of like the big problem with Licky is its head, but that's just Lickitung's tail, more or less. Battle. 4. I don't know if I've ever used it in battle apart from trying to get Licky for the complete Pokédex. Lore. It has lore beyond having a tongue. No, tell you what, both Licky and Lickitung, 1. They have a tongue. That's their entire lore. Opinion on what would I put for Licky? Opinion. 3. Lickitung 2. I have a lesser opinion of Lickitung because it's just at least Licky is it goes like, oh, Licky is the only reason why I remember Lickitung exists. That's despite the fact I haven't watched the Pokemon anime. In there, Lickitung. But I remember Licky more because of how annoying it was with rollout in Gen 4. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Alright, next Pokemon. Oh yeah, that's actually quite a good idea, isn't it? Sunkern. Battle 0. It's completely unusable in battle. Bum bum bum. Look, I actually quite like how Sunkern looks. It's like a 4. It's a 4. 4, 5, 6 is like average Pokemon. 6 is like just a bit better than average. 5 is just the average Pokemon. 4 is like could you have a little something else. Lore, I mean, it's just a little Sunseed, isn't it? But it's still a 4 because it's better than Lickitung. At least there's something interesting there. Opinion on it? My opinion's actually a 5 on it. It's useless, but it's kind of adorable in being useless, you know? Bum 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 bum. 1 minute, I'm finding the Right, it's on the spreadsheet, right? Alright, let me know when it's up. Alright, in that case then let's do Sunflora. Sunflora, okay. Okay. Aesthetic. 3. It's worse than Sunkern's aesthetic. Aesthetically, in my opinion. Battle. 3. I can't remember ever using it in battle. I think maybe once or twice, maybe Solar Beam because it was Sunflower, but that was like very young. Lore. It's a 3. There's nothing else about it. Opinion. 1. I hate Sunflora. I didn't really have a strong opinion about it until Paldea, Gen 9. When you see the statues in that town, and you're like going, oh, okay, they actually can do something interesting. You're going to have a regional variant. And no, it's just a statue Brassius made that looks better than Sunflora. Like a better Sunflora that could have been something interesting with, maybe like a Grass Dark or something. But no. Like a Dark Sun kind of thing. No, it didn't. That's everything for Sunflora, right? Alright. Let me know when I can pull that sheet up. Alright, let's pull another one out. Bom 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 bom. Shuckle. Shuckle. Pathetic 4. Battle 3. There are strategies you can do to make Shuckle broken, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. It's a joke Pokemon. It's there because you need something to fill Pokédex and get that thing. And I'm pretty sure in some games you can get rare candy, which is why my opinion on it. I don't know if that's actually true. My opinion on it's a 6. If that rare candy thing is true. If it's not, it's a 1. And lore. I kind of like Shuckle's like thing about the whole thing at shell brewing kind of thing and stuff like that. So it's lore 5 average. That's it. That's all. Shuckle. All right. Let me know when the sheet's ready. Bum 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 bum. Opinion. That's what I said. That's it. Oh lord. Opinion Shuckle. It's 6. It's just a silly little guy, you know. Yeah. So let me know when there's the Let me know when there's the sheets ready. Okay, let's do another Pokemon. Unknown. Aesthetic. This is tricky. My gut instinct is to give them 6. But I kind of think possibly a But yeah, I think 6. I think 6. I do like them. I think they're cool, but I think just 6. Battle 1. Hidden power's not enough for everything. Lore. I think the lore for Unknown is a 9. Because just how they've integrated, and Legends Arceus really helped, and of how fundamental. My opinion on Unknown though is a 7. I like them, but it's one of the things. They're nicer to look at and think about than actually do anything with. All right. Oh yeah, I need to do another Pokemon now. Avoid. I will be doing individual farms as well, so I don't think I have to do. Do I have to go through every single Unknown farm? I don't know if you set that up. All right, we'll do that later. But like, you can just like that. All right, let's do another one now. Speeper. Aesthetic. I kind of love how Speeper looks. It just looks lost all the time. It looks lost, it looks confused, and it looks like it's warm. Alright, rated sheet's ready. I'm putting Speeper on aesthetically 7. Unknown opinion. Didn't I give that? 7 I thought I would put. Bum 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 bum. Alright. Yeah, fair enough then. Bum 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 bum. Yeah. Yeah. I know you've put Mimikyu's farms on differently, but like that's not a big enough difference to rate between. They're the same. I'd actually arguably the busted farm is one worse in battle because of the fact that disguised farm originally was invincible. Like originally it would have been 10 in battle. Because disguised farm, if you can get disguised farm, it takes a hit, perfect. But they changed that so it's a percentage of damage. Because apparently Pokemon has to be balanced. All right. Speeper. Battle 3. 4. It's just a butterfly. 4. Opinion, it's a 4. I don't really think about it. This is gonna take a while. Viv. There we go. Aesthetic. 8. Vivillon's aesthetic 8. It just looked really good, and yeah, I prefer Pokeball forms, but like just the idea of doing it like that, it's just really cool. I'll have to go through all the forms at the end for them. Battle 4. I might have individual ones for the thingy patterns, but I need to look at them for that. So that's at the end when we're doing like shinies and forms which aren't separate from the start. If it's like an aesthetic form, lore, 5. It's fine. Beyond the butterflies in different parts of the world, yeah, I give it a 6. Actually, it ties in quite well with the mechanics of the games and the thing going, but it's a 6. The lore, but it's fine. And then my opinion on it, that's about 6 as well. Alright, and now, what's that one called? Little one. Deeper. That's the bug. Aesthetic. 4. Battle. 1. Law. 3. What is 4? Law's 4. I was being mean on it because I don't like it much. Opinion, it's 2. It might be one of my least favourite. It's the first basic Pokemon, you know, of the bug-based Pokemon. Any evolutions I'm missing of one so far? No. Let's put Shaman. It's just a Pokemon off my head. Shaman. This one is 2 different actual forms, so I'm going to do them both at the same time. Alright, so aesthetic. The standard one. Aesthetic 9. It's a cute little grass hedgehog, and it's adorable. The flyy form, aesthetic 6. It took my adorable little hedgehog and turned it into a generic shonen fit, like it's not furry. What's the word? Like just anime animal thing. It's just it goes from being an adorable grass hedgehog to being like some magical girl mascot, you know, and that's fine. I'm not saying it looks bad, but it looks like just a Pokemon. You've go like we've got to turn this into a, you know. Alright. Yeah, exactly. It goes from being like the, oh, what's that? To being, oh yeah, oh, I've ever seen that one before. Battle, I think it's actually better in Sky Farm though. 6 and 7. The battle is would I use them in battle. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a wise decision, but it's based on me. Lore, Shaman Land Farm, it's just a nice gratitude hedgehog. The lore's the same for both of them, even though I prefer one of them, really. I can't say, oh no, I don't like the lore in that one because I don't like it as much. That's what opinion's for. It's a 6. It's kind of like a Heatran thing. It's not 7 because there's emotion tied in with it. Heatran's just there. It's like in a volcano. But it's a legendary, so legendaries are more based around them, so they're infinitely going to get lore because they get areas in games dedicated to them. You know, it's like why Unknown has that boost to lore. It's got an entire area for them, whereas Lickitung, it's just got Pokédex entries and that because no one gives a shit about Lickitung, and no one should, to be fair. Opinion, Land Farm, 8, Sky Farm, 6. It's fine, but it's just a bit too generic. And I don't like how it gets rid of so much of the grassiness of it. Alright, let's think of wishy-washy. See, I'm not going through Pokemon so I don't think wasn't interesting to rate. Wishy-washy. This is why I'm going to do both of them as well. Aesthetic. Standard wishy-washy, 6. Standard one is just a 6, aesthetic-wise. It's a Pokemon. You'll look at it, go, okay, it's a Pokemon. Yeah, okay. It's a small little fish Pokemon. School form, 9. Genius. And I like, especially in the animation on the games originally, how you can kind of see individual Pokemon within it at some points. Battle. Skill form, 7. Solo form, 1. It's not unusable, like Sunken, but I'm not going to use it. Lore. I mean, they've not really got a massively deep lore, but they got that fishing spot with them, so it's a 6. Basically, if there's an area dedicated to it, it's going to be higher because I've got more fond memories of it. Opinion. To be honest, it's like a 5. I like them, but I don't have a stronger opinion than other Pokemon on them. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Alright, now let's think of all the Pokemon I want to rate right now. Oh, okay, here's a fun one. There we go, Manectric. Pathetic. 2. I don't like how big and stupid his head looks. The battle, I use one in battle, so it's like a 5 in 4. It's a 4 in battle. Lore, it's just an electric dog. It's a 3. And I know its head is influencing the lore there, but its head's just that stupid that affects the lore of it. Opinion, 1. The Mega, are we doing that here? Because it's a different, yeah, probably different form. Alright, aesthetic, 3. They've actually done something with the head to make it more interesting, but it's still too big and bulky on top of it. It looks like the dog is a parasite of the lightning bolt. Battle, 5. Actually, no, put my Manectric down to 3. I have used it before, but I wouldn't choose to now. I used it because I needed electric type in Emerald. The Mega is a 5. I consider using it. You don't have to look at it when it's on my side of the screen after all as much. Especially if it's an older game. Lore, 3. I can't remember any of the Mega lore from Manectric. It's like, oh, it's just got a lightning bolt back now. Opinion, it's a 3. I like how it's actually like a lightning bolt come to life, but that's it. It shows how much that I was trying to remember what comes before it. I know I remembered Mantike. I was like, oh yeah, no, because it's Manectric. It's Electrike, isn't it? Electrike, 4. I kind of how it looks. Its still head is a bit big, but at least it kind of works with the design. I like how it's green and not just gone standard. It's got some yellow, but it's not just, oh, blue and yellow lightning type. Well, electric type. Battle, 2. I know it's somewhat viable because I remember going under that bridge in Emerald and just the amount of times it'd growl you. So growl and roar and stuff. I don't know if it actually used roar, but yeah. Lore wise, it's 3. It's just an electric dog. Opinion, 3. Ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum. Alright, let's think of other ones. Comfey. Aesthetic, 4. I like the idea of it, but I don't like the execution. That's all I can say about aesthetic. Battle, 2, it's a Pokemon to catch to fill out the Pokedex. It's Pokemon to have in the world and be around, which is why lore-wise, it's like a... Lore also does include the integration of the Pokemon world, beyond just thinking about them. For me, the lore of it is like a 7, because it's a Pokemon that's perfect for the region it was created for. Opinion-wise, 5. I have no strong opinion on it, but you know, the lore part of it is where it really shines. Aesthetically, I say it should be carried a bit better. I think around the actual body of the actual Pokemon, the flower part, brilliant. The part, yeah. Okay. What a next then? Bum 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 bum. Okay, I know. Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn aesthetic? 7. I think Rhyhorn is one of the best designed, best looking Pokemon in Gen 1. I don't think it was at the time necessarily. I think you can't really take Gen 1 designs as they are in Gen 1, it's the designs as they've evolved. And I think it's one of the best designs from Gen 1. It helped. I know it's like basically more or less one of the first Pokemon that was designed, but it looks so good, it sums up exactly what it is. And it might be, it's just fantastic. Battle. 6? I remember actually using one in Battle when I played through Blue, and it was quite on the Blue and Leaf Green. I used one both times, and it's just a solid thingy Pokemon. Lore, it's just a Rhinoceros rock thing. It's 5. It's just average. It just fits in the world. It's not anything which I don't like about it. Like, for instance, for the Manectric line, the Electrike and stuff, there's that many lightning dogs I don't care about it. But, like, Rhyhorn, it's fun, and then bringing it back in Kalos as, like, the sport thing. Brilliant. Opinion, 6. Rhydon. Aesthetic, 5. Yeah. I don't know why, for how much I really like Rhyhorn, but Rhydon to me, even though I think Rhydon is like the early original Pokemon, for me, I just can't get out of my head that it just looks like a copy. It's like, it looks like the kind of cheap version of Nidoking and Nidoqueen. I think it's that the Kaiju-ification of like Gen 1 Pokemon through evolution really kind of like does that. Battle, it's 6. Lore, it's a 5. It's just the same thing, you know. Opinion, it's a 5. It's just an average Pokemon. However, Rhyperior. Now that, aesthetic, 8. I know people don't like it because it's got big and chunky and stuff, and the orange on it. I just love that. I really like also how it just shoots things out of its hands. It's just cool. Battle, 8. I mean, Rhydon, and Rhyhorn, one of the fun things about it is always pulling Surf out of the pocket there, and for a rock ground Pokemon, just having Surf, or is it just ground? I can't remember if it's pure ground or the rock ground, or the ground rock. Because as I've got the sheet on, that's kind of cut off. I can see the first type. But I'll zoom out one more. Bum 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 bum. Hard to see now, but yeah, Rhyperior. For the battle, I really loved having like Surf, having Fissure on it. Surf and Fissure was just so fun. Lore, unfortunately, 6 because it got an extra boost from having that the trade item and being in this kind of sequel. And then it's also quite fun in Pokepark. And then opinion wise, I quite like it. I give it 8. Controversial, but I've just noticed that the opinion isn't counted in the total. Yeah, it makes sense considering otherwise Heatmore will be a -6. Alright, let's think of some of the Pokemon. Bom bom bom. Dunsparce. Aesthetic 4. It would be lower if it wasn't for the novelty of it. The reason why it gets higher marks than being, if it didn't look as useless as it is, it would be a 2. But it kind of is actually useless, which is why it gets being a 4. Battle 1. I would never use it in battle. It's useless. Lore. I'll give it a 4, and all of that is from, I can't remember his name. Is it Hiker Anthony? Someone, if you look up Hiker Anthony, then if he's the one who phoned you up in Johto, say like, hey, bum bum bum. It might not be, but I can't remember the hiker. But that him phone up, hey, there's an outbreak of Pokemon. Every time I went over there, and it's done sparse every single fucking time. But you know what? I love that. Opinion? It is. See, Hiker Anthony. That all those lore points for Dunsparce are summed up by the fact that I remember Hiker Anthony after all these years. Opinion on Dunsparce, it's a 6, and all the 6 points come from Hiker Anthony. So technically it's from Dunsparce, but I favourite remember it, despite the fact it's useless because of Hiker Anthony. And phoning you up and being like, there's an outbreak every time I think it was something cool. No, never was. It was always Dunsparce, but that's fine. The Dunsparce. I really like it. I know some people moaned about it. Do I need a different one for each? I don't think it's just a bigger. It's all in the same aesthetic. It's not, you know. Right. So, the Dunsparce aesthetic. It's a 5. Average, you know. I think 3 segment I will give 1 more point for being bigger. I think another segment. I would have liked to see even more segments. I would have liked it, to be honest, if it was just the Dunsparce was just the second one, and then the Dunsparce. That's why it kind of aesthetic is better, but opinion wise, I'm going to cut to opinion first. Opinion on the Dunsparce is 6, 2 segment. 3 segment is 5. Because I think they should have just made it a triple evolution line, so you could have the Dunsparce. So 3 to match each segment. Battle, I mean both of them are the same in battle. It's a 6. They're actually kind of fun. They're not incredible. They're not some legendary Pokemon people wanted. People wanted that kind of like, oh, Awakened Legend, which completely misses the original thing of it. So I'll give it 5 in lore. Actually, boost Dunsparce up to 6. Because Dunsparce 6. Dunsparce 6 lore. Yeah. Dunsparce 6 is for just being useless and mixing with that. Alright, let's think of something else. Roly. Coley. If I can remember how it works, spell. Is it a K? There we go. Aesthetic 8. It looks really cool. People don't like some of the new aesthetics of Pokemon, but I really like how it looks kind of like, it doesn't look like something from our world. It can only exist in the Pokemon world or in an alien world, and I really like that. But it's still quite clearly, it still looks like a Pokemon. Battle 3. I mean, I use one in battle, but I'm waiting for it to evolve. Lore 6. It has an entire area basically dedicated to it, and its evolution line. Fantastic. Opinion 6. It's a minecart. I can't remember the names of it. I can't remember the names of its evolutions. Oh, what's it called? Cold Boy. Roly-Coly is the minecart one. I can't remember. Because it's nothing to do with Steam or anything. I do wish one thing which the line is I do like how I wish the last one. I understand what it is a Steam engine, but I do wish it was more obviously a train from going from coal to a minecart to that. Snorlax. Let's do Snorlax in the meantime. Right, Snorlax. Aesthetic. 5. It's an average, but it's the average kind of like Pokemonification of a bear. With some other elements, it's you know, it's a standard Pokemon design. It's Gen 1 isn't this like high baseline, it's the standard. Gen 1 shouldn't be, oh wow, can it reach the depth, can it reach the heights of Gen 1? No. Is it below Gen 1? Then I'll judge it. Harshly. Battle. 7? I really like using Snorlax in battle. It's not necessarily the best Pokemon, but it's always really fun, you know, pop it leftovers, give it Snore. I always like having Surf on it, just because like the idea of surfing on it, because you could lay back and have like a nice day in, you know, relaxing day. Lore 7, and that's solely because it's being used as roadblocks. It's a Pokemon that's basically made to be a roadblock in games, and I kind of like miss that in some ways. Battle, you know, give it a punch, give it at least one punch move, give it rest, give it snore, give it surf. Might not be the best optimized set, but it's fun. Fair also might maybe actually no snore rest's fun to have, but also punch moves and hyper beam or Giga Impact. Opinion of Snorlax 7. I like Snorlax. Giganta as well, isn't there? Gigantamax form. Alright, aesthetic. I don't like as much how it looks as regular Snorlax, but the aesthetic is better because it fits very well. I really like the whole kind of like got that big that, you know, it's now got things growing on it. So it's a 6. Like, it's not bad, but it's just like execution. Battle, it's not but bigger. Give it an 8. Lore, and it is 8 because it's like the roadblock. Well, now, you know, it's now got a road going over it. That's fun. Opinion though 6. Munchlax. Aesthetic of Munchlax is a 7. Munchlax looks fantastic. Battle, what it is in battle? No, it's a 3. Despite the fact that I think it's either one of the best of those baby Pokemon in battle. I don't know if that's true, but I will say that as if I've got authority. Lore, I really like how it's teased in other games. I like how it's teased first in Mystery Dungeon. 7 for Lore because of that tease alone. I'll give it a 7 as well, in opinion. Munchlax, just a hungry little guy. Alright. I can't remember the other cool ones. Roly-Coly. Cold Steam Body? No. We'll come back to it. Alright. Manaphy. Aesthetic. 6. It's fine, but it's just like a sea rabbity thing. It's if it would have came earlier, it would probably got higher, but it's kind of like following on from that kind of like, you know, Mew Celebi role, where it's just like, oh wow, it's a mascot legend, it's a mascot mythical. Battle 5, I might use it, but like if it popped up, but I won't use it for long, it won't stay on party. Lore 6, and that's being carried by the fact that how complicated it was to get it, and the fact that and that mission Legends Arceus really buys it. Pun not intended. Opinion 5. It's just a thing. Now Fion, it's just there. Aesthetics 3. I understand why it's a cheap copy / attendant to Manaphy, but it's just that for everything its design, it doesn't help its design. It just looks like it looks like, you know, the Temu Manaphy. Battle 1. Why would I use it? I'd use a Manaphy. Lore 6. I actually like the lore of it, how it's the attendants and things, and it creates them and stuff. And it's actually just interesting with legendaries and eggs. Opinion, go 5. I forget it exists. Boom, boom, boom. Trying to spell this. There we go. Got it in the end. Aesthetic 6. It's fine. The fact it's a 6 comes from the fact it's a bit more design time was spent on it because it being a mythical. Battle 5. And this was going to tie into opinion. Lore 5. I can't remember anything else about it beyond it comes from a bolt of lightning or something. But fair play, after 6, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It comes from a bolt of lightning. Opinion 3. Solely down to due to one fact that Zeraora, whatever, is not fighting type. If it was fighting type, it'd be a 6. But the fact it's not, that also affects his battle score as well. It's just, should have been fighting type. The whole thing, his entire point is about passionate spirit and that kind of stuff, but no. Alright, Kubfu, it's with a K. How to spell that? There you go. Kubfu, aesthetic 7. It's because I would say it'd be a 6.8, but rounds up. Battle 4. I have used one, but that's because I had to get the evolution. I kind of like it, to be honest. Actually, 5. Lore 8. Because the game makes you actually spend time with it and bond with it, you know, and that's gonna work. Opinion 7. Urshifu. Okay, this is all in one ranking. Bit of front. Alright. Aesthetically, there's no difference really between the standard ones. It's just how floaty its headband, its headband tail thing is. Yeah, but so do different sprites. In that case, you just rank every sprite from every game. It doesn't matter. Which one is the single strike form? Is that the dark or the water? It's the dark, isn't it? Yeah. When I think battle, I'm more likely. I'll be as likely to use either of them. Kubfu 6. So I was looking at Kubfu's score. That's what the bum 6. I give him a 6 because they're fine and they're fun, but the excitement of having Kubfu after it evolves isn't as much as it's just a strong Pokemon. Lore, I really like how they evolve, so I'll give him a 7. Aesthetic, it's a 7. You know, it's just Kubfu, but it's fun how it's Kubfu but big. But opinion is 6. I kind of it'd be higher if there was more stuff on the island after they'd evolved, but it's evolved, now go and do this one thing, alright, you're done. That's it. The G-Max farms, Aesthetic 6. They're just big and blue and red now. There's more difference at least with them, but they're just big and have a colour assigned to them. Battle 6. And law, it's just 7, and then opinion is 5 on them. They just don't look as good. Bum 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 bum. I'm trying to remember the coal one. Come on. Can't remember. Bum 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 bum. Relicanth. Whoa, what was going on then? Bum bum bum. That's weird. Alright. Relicanth. Aesthetic. It's a 7. I quite like how it looks. I quite like how it does look old just by looking at it. I think what's funny is they kind of did that by making it look like almost like it would fit in Gen 1. Alright. Battle. Relicanth Battle 5. I might use it if I caught one, but that's just to show it off. Law 7. I really like the whole thing about it being like, you know, an old Pokemon that's carrying it around how it ties into the Coelacanth. Not anything super special, but it's kind of fun. And it feels like the deep sea areas are made for Relicanth, so if a Pokemon has an area, yeah, it gets a boost. Opinion. It's a 6. I don't think of Relicanth that often, but when I do, I'm like, think of it fondly. It's not a Roman Empire, you know? Bum, 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 bum. Alright, from that then we'll go into Glampearl. Aesthetic 5. Battle 3. Law 7. I really like how it did the split evolution line. Cause I really like the split evolution line, kind of the stuff in Gen 3 with it. Because before then, they hadn't really been one beyond Eevee, had they? I don't think so. Like, they could have done it with Nidoran if they would have gone back to it with gender dynamics, but yeah. Bum, 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 bum. I know like Cascade and Silcoon, but I meant before Hoenn. Slowpoke Poliwhirl, yeah, true. But they feel different because they feel like it's done after the fact. You know, so you forget that. So it's after the fact, whereas Clampearl is at once. Opinion of Clampearl, though, it's still 5. I don't think of it unless I'm trying to think of other things. Huntail. I like how it looks. 6. It's like a dopey thing. It's just like a good Pokemon design because ugly cute, you know. Battle 4. Law 7, and that's because of the shifting evolution path and the eels and stuff. Opinion on it. I've not done Pikachu yet. Pikachu I'm saving for a bit. Please don't name Pokemon in the chat as well, because I mean, I remember most of them, but like Minion knows that I'm gonna remember Slowpoke and Poliwhirl. I'm Pikachu to be fair, but opinion on Huntail is a 4. No, it's a 5. Let's face it. I don't dislike it worse than Clampearl. Gorbis. Gorbis. Alright, anyways. Alright, see you no one. Well, aesthetic 4. It just, I know so much trying to do, but it's it just looks like a really snooty-nosed dolphin opposed to an eel. It looks like you've squashed a dolphin and like pulled its whatever you call it, its like nose. Battle 4. Law 8 because no, it's 7. It's a 7. It doesn't get an extra point just because it talks about how murderous it is and how, you know. Opinion 4. I just think, like, that might be because of, like, read the Pokédex entry. It's one of the first Pokédex entries I actually remember reading and taking in about how horrific it is. Combi. Aesthetic. It's a 6. Battle 3. I might use it for the meme. Law 6. Opinion 6. I'm learning things today. I think because it's one of those Pokemon that's I think when they did like the sexual dimorphism in Sinnoh, because that's when they added it, right? Sinnoh? Like, properly, because he might have messed with it before, but they didn't really do anything with it, you know. But I think it's a really good example of one to use with that. I think it works really well. For some Pokemon, it feels like, all right, what's the point in these changes? That's the thing. I either want more changes where it actually has a gameplay impact, or to match real life animals, or less. If it's not to match or mimic something in real life, or for gameplay reasons, don't bother with it, in my opinion. So I want to have a more of an effect, or not be in the games, basically. In that time, Vespiquen. Aesthetic. 7. I quite like aesthetic. Battle 5. I'm reusing bug bugs and infestation. Quite a lot with it. Law 7. Opinion 7. The opinion might be boosted by the fact that there's a TCG card which I used quite a lot with Vespiquen in like a really like full deck. Why am I thinking Coltan in my head? It's not called Coltan, but in my head it's Coltan. Let's get Poliwhirl out of the way then. Poliwag. Aesthetic. Let's be honest. It's a 3. No, it's a 4. Poliwag is a 4, aesthetically. Battle, 3. Lore, it's a 4. The swirl does some heavy lifting there. Opinion, 6. Poliwhirl. Did it again. Poliwhirl. Aesthetic, 3. It's got swirl and gloves. That's it. Battle, 4. Lore, 4. And all of that lore is from Pokemon Adventures. Bonus. Opinion, 6. Opinion 7, to be honest, because how it carries in Pokemon Adventures. Poliwrath. Aesthetic, 5. It's just bigger and angrier Poliwhirl, but that works for me somehow. Battle, 7. I've used it quite a lot, like Ice Punch, Karate Chop, Poliwrath. Fantastic. Lore, it's a 4 though. It's just an angry frog with a swirl. Opinion 8. I really like Poliwrath. Politoad. Aesthetic, it's a 2. It looks too disconnected. Beyond the swirl, what connects it otherwise apart from it being a frog? Nothing. I understand how that's the whole thing with, like, you know, frog spawn and changing and stuff, but if Poliwrath looked more different, I'd be more forgiving of Politoad. But they established that with Poliwrath. Even though Poliwrath is the example of Pokemon just gets bigger and angrier in evolution line, it's basically the first proper example of that. But still, Politoed Battle 6. I'm just not going to use it. Even though, you know, it's all the pure water types. Use Law, it's a 4. Even though it's like, you know, the King's Rock's kind of cool, but it's still like I forget about Politoed existing. Opinion, it's a 4. I just don't care about Politoed. Slowbro. Aesthetic 6. Battle 4. Law 6. I know I needed the Galar ones as well. Opinion overall Slowbro, it's a 6. I kind of like it, but oh yeah, the Mega as well. Mega Aesthetic 3. I don't like how it looks. I don't know. I like the idea of it, but it just doesn't quite work for me. The execution of it. It just looks a bit kind of. I don't know. It just feels very someone's trying to make it do it. I don't know. It feels kind of like fan gamey to me, the Mega. Battle, I would be more likely to use it though, so like that's a 5. Law, it's a 5. It's a 6. It's the same Pokemon. It's the thing's got bigger now. Opinion 4. I don't really care about it. Slow King. I'll do the Galarian after I've done the line. Slow King. Aesthetic. It's a 7. I really like how it looks. I like its head. I like the kind of about its neck. I like how, in my head, it's a perfect example of the difference of Johto from Kanto. Design-wise, if you look at Slowbro and then Slow King, like it's got that little bit on its neck. Why is that on there? Why does it need it on there? I don't know. That's what Johto's all about. Battle, it's a 5. I'd say. I'd use it because of type. Law, 7, and that might be because of like it's using it in other games. Opinion, 7. Kind of like Slowbro. Now Slowpoke. Slowpoke, aesthetic 6. I quite like it. I like how it's just like low living that guy. Battle 3. I won't use it. Law 7, and that's because of Slowpoke. Well, you know, it fits in the world like that when it's got an entire area around it, as I said, and it just kind of fits in that entire story. Opinion 7. I really like Slowpoke. Well, I say really, I like Slowpoke. That's what 7 is, really, isn't it? I like it. I don't really like it, but I like one of my favourites, but I like it. Right, now Galarian. Aesthetically, it's the same as Slowpoke. It's just got a bit of yellow on its head now, and the colour's a bit different. Basically everything about it is the same as Slowpoke. It's the same score. 3, 7, 7. It's just Slowpoke with it's got a Poison type, which is cool, but it's just Slowpoke that spilt something on its head, is how I think of it. The Slowbro. Okay. Galarian Slowbro. I think 7. I think the purple works really well with it. It's not as contrasty as the yellow and pink. Purple works really well. I kind of like how it's just a gun now. You know? Battle 6. I've used one. Law. It's a 6. So it's just, you know, just Slowbro. And opinion 7. Galarian Slowking. Aesthetic. It's a 3. It's a 4 actually. It's a 4. That's bad as Mega Slowbro. It's the face on the shell. I understand what they're going for, but for me, it just doesn't quite land. It's the good intention, the execution is a little off of me. Battle, I do nothing battle though. 6. Lore-wise, it's a 6. Then opinion, it's a 4. It's just I don't like it. The face on it's. I think the face being surrounded by purple is what gets me with it. It's like why is the purple around there? The same purple on his body but it's a different consistency. Is it like cut out like a helmet, or is it coming through? And it just confuses me, and that's why I don't like how it looks as much. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. I still trying to remember the coal one now. It's not like in Cinecoal, hot coal, melty coal. The ability steam engine. Can remember that, but I can't remember anything else. Let's get Pikachu out, the Pichu line out of the way. Pichu. Alright, Pichu, aesthetic, 7. Does it really well. Battle, 2. I'm not going to use one in battle. Lore, 7. And a lot of that is Pichu Bros on Pokemon channel. Opinion, 8. I'm of the opinion though that people have spikier Pichu, but I think a ukulele Pichu is much better. And I will fight you on that. And I'll crush you with all my psychic might. Alright, Pikachu. Aesthetic. Oh boy. What are we ranking this on? Which aesthetic? Is it the current Pikachu aesthetic? The original aesthetic? Or that kind of one that you... There's so many Pikachu aesthetics, that's the thing. So, overall, it's a tricky one. Bum 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 bum. Alright. If it's Pokémon Adventures Pikachu, 8. If it's Gen 1 Sprite Pikachu, it's a 2. If it's Gen 1 Art Pikachu, I like Chunky Pikachu, but I don't like how it's drawn in the art from Gen 1. Because I think of that Pokemon card. I don't like how that Pokemon card looks. I was going to say bring up a screen, but I'm not going to bring up a screen. Because I realised that might cause problems right now. Bum 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 bum. Right, we're still doing Pikachu. That's not the list. Pokemon Adventures, it counts as a. The rest of the time, it counts as a 4. That's right. I don't like Pikachu's design basically anywhere else. Chunky Pikachu, I like more. That'd be a 5. Pikachu, for me, it's maybe a 5 at most. It'd be a 5. If it puts Pokemon Adventures Pikachu, it's an 8. So it depends. Do what you will with that minion. I don't know, asterisk or a note on the box or whatever. Just something there. Battle 4. No, it's a 3. It's a fucking 3. Because the only time we can use Pikachu is to try and use like the Gigantamax of it, or trying to get like the fucking. It doesn't have that lightning orb, which is basically EVO light just for Pikachu. Like you shouldn't need that for a Pokemon. I know you got a thing aesthetic and stuff, but lore 4. It's fine. It's just an electric rodent, and in some ways, I really do. Pikachu, my opinion on it though, 6. My opinion on Pikachu maintains because even though now it's the middle of the franchise and stuff, it's the center of the franchise. It's the Pokemon, you know. Doubles attack, Yeah. Is that special or both attack? Both. If it's both, that's good. I hate how hard it is to get Pikachu to get Volt Tackle in most places, though. I hate how Iron Tail has become more a signature move than Volt Tackle. Even though I also think more Pokemon should learn Volt Tackle. My opinion on Pikachu is maintained because despite the fact that it gets like Gigantamax and partner Pokemon, they've not made it some like legendary amazing Pokemon. They've kept it just as a normal Pokemon, slightly rare. It's just popular, you know? Raichu. Raichu time. It's a 5. If it was, let's say, Pikachu would be a 5 if it wasn't for Adventures. Battle Raichu, 5. It suffers from the fact it's not basically got any upgrades since Gen 1 because they realised how popular it was. So, like, why bother paying any attention to Raichu whatsoever? The only one time they did, and it's been lower than Raichu. Law 4. Raichu would have been interesting if it was Electric Fire. Opinion 5. I understand people go like, oh, Raichu gets slept on, people ignore the Raichu and stuff, like, yeah. And there's a reason why. Alolan, aesthetic, 8. Alolan Raichu, just replace regular Raichu with Alolan Raichu. No one would cry. No one should cry, because I'll kill them. Battle, 7. I've had fun with Alolan Raichu. It's interesting type, Electric Psychic's fun type. Law, 8. 8. And that's because of its love of pancakes. Just like the idea that a Pokemon regionally changed, not because of any, like, it doesn't change because of the weather or anything else, it changes because it likes pancakes that much from that place, from that region. Then that's the reason why. Genius. Opinion, 9. I don't know how much of that is for the bit and how much of that's true, but right now, my heart says 9. Well, if I had a heart, obviously been a floating brain, but my equivalent of a heart. Well, hang on, my equivalent of my heart is my brain using the psychic power to pump around myself. Yeah, so everything's just a brain. Yeah, brain's all the way down. Anyways, that means that actually, objectively, it's a 9, because a brain thinking logically says 9. Gigantamax. Aesthetically, I'd say it's a 7. It takes the chunk from Pikachu, dials it up, and makes its tail from Gen 1, which looks awful, actually look good. Because the art tries to redeem Pikachu in Gen 1. Pain Sugimori's art does a lot to redeem it. People forget its tail, if you look in the sprite, is like Raichu's tail. And that's the worst part of Raichu's design. The kind of long, thin tail with a lightning bolt on the end. And the pink, and the brown on Pikachu's tail. Like right, is there any actually on the bottom? I know it's not on the end, but isn't there right at the bottom of the tail? I think there is. I need to look at a picture of Pikachu now. But no, I can't. I know it's brown on its back. In my head, there was brown on its tail. Not on the end. He was never on the tip of the tail. But the reason why it might be at the bottom, but I don't know if that's actually it was on most of them or just a defect of the Pokemon plush I had. That's the problem. But yeah, I think Gigantamax Pikachu is a massive improvement over regular Pikachu. Apart from Adventures Pikachu, which is perfect, as we've established. Well, not perfect enough to give it a 10. It's still Pikachu. But, Battle. 7, and that's partly from the aesthetic in its cry, but I like the sound it's trying to make in Battle. Lore. 5. Pikachu, but big. Opinion, 7. I like it more than regular Pikachu. And Pikachu's held up by the fact that I love Pokemon Channel and Pokemon Adventures, but that's thinking for 6. I think it's just one of those things that Pikachu's just everywhere, and so it's kind of like it's hard to have an opinion like oh, Pikachu's really cool. It's just Pikachu. It's everywhere. It's the homogeneous nature of Pikachu between everywhere kind of like means that it's just like, oh yeah, it's just Pikachu. Cosplay, they're visual ones, so we're going to do them all at the end. Because, battle-wise, I don't think they make any difference in battle. It's going to be all aesthetic. Aesthetic, lore, and opinion. The battle for them isn't make any difference, is it? Yeah, one coverage move. That I'm likely not going to use even if I have them. I only end up using 4 moves on every Pokemon. There's a lot of you can't judge what I can't judge what in battle thing off 1 move. Or to use that move. Yeah, Meteor Mash is great. But let's say I can't think which one has that right now. So that's why we do it at the end, because it's visually. Like, because he's what, 6 or 5? I will need pictures of them because I can't remember off the top of my head. It doesn't flip through the ones here. Alright, we're on 1 hour 13. We need to pick up. 16 base. So, yeah. So that's why that's at the end. We'll make a note of it. Well, you got the sheet so you can tell which one's first. Alright, let's go with Minion's favourite Pokemon. It's Earthworm. Aesthetic. It's a 2. It's not a 1. It's not Heatmore. And that's the only thing that gives it 2. And the fact that I like its blue arms that pop out. I like the blue glowy arms. And that's it about Earthworm. It's just... You had the opportunity to do something interesting there, and you said you made Earthworm. Battle. 2. And that 1 from the fact it's a Titan Pokemon. Lore. 2. And that comes from the fact it's a Titan Pokemon. And that entire area makes me remember it more. Opinion on Earthworm. 1. Azurill. Aesthetic. 5. It's adorable, but it's just a blue ball. Battle 1. I'd never use it in battle. Lore 6. And part of that is just... Hang on, does it deserve that? No, it doesn't actually. It doesn't. 4. It's just it's a new babe Pokemon that came in Hoenn. That's it. Opinion. My opinion on it's about 6, and part of that is because that glitch that meant that it could change gender on evolution because of the way they've done percentages, and I really like that, which means that Azurill is a Pokemon that sticks in my head. Marill. I really like Marill. Aesthetic 6. It's along with that Slowbro, it's like the Johto compared to Kanto in Pokemon designs, and I think Johto, apart from Politoed, usually is pretty good Pokemon designs. They're more interesting than most Kanto ones, where it's like Kanto's like, yeah, it's just a thing, but Pokemonified, whereas I think Johto does something a bit more interesting than most. Battle 3. Lore 4. I mean, I like it, but it's still just a floaty rabbit boy thing. Or Americans would say buoy. Opinion on Marill 7. I like Marill. Azumarill. Aesthetic 4. It got bigger and the spots thingied, but its face isn't as cute. And the long ears creep me out a bit compared to the rest of the line. I think the long ears are the wrong choice. Battle 6. The fairy type really helps it in fights. For the fairy type, it would have been maybe 4. Lore 4. Opinion 5, and that's because they added fairy type. Okay. Ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum. You're not making me say partner as well, Pikachu, are you? No. Alright, good. Tatsugiri. Alright, Tatsugiri. Tatsugiri. 8 on all the designs. Apart from the orange one, which is 9. If the kind of like the dark pink one looked a bit less surprised. That'd be a 9 as well. Battle 6, because I would use them but with caveats. It's like, you know, quite a niche use case in battle, but I really like how it's not saying I wouldn't use them. I know what class is that now. Law 8. I really like the whole fake Titan thing. It's really fun. Opinion 8. I spelled Donzo. It's an apostrophe. Dondozo, isn't it? It's Dondozo. It's another one where I've got the letter the wrong way around. For some reason. I wonder why. Aesthetic. It's a 7. No, it's an 8. It's an 8. It's a big, you know, big kind of catfish carp thing. Really big, and I like it. That's about it. Battle wise, 6. So I like it and it's cool, but because of its ability, I'd only want to use it with Tatsugiri, so I'm gonna use it less. Lore 8. That entire area with the fake Titan reveal is really fun. Opinion, it's a 7. It's not quite as fun as Tatsugiri, but still cool. Okay. Broomish. Aesthetic 7. Shroomish. Beautifully designed Pokemon. Battle 4. Lore 5. It's just, I don't know why, but it's quite funny, isn't it? How most things that Pokemon that are animals, I'll give them a 4, but it's like it's just a plant thing. But I think I'll give it 5. But that's how it works somehow. Lore was 5. Opinion 7. I like Droomish. Breloom. Battle 7. Some really stuff interesting if you knew with Breloom in battle. 7. Lore 6. Aesthetic 4. It takes everything that was cool about Shroomish and just ruins it by making it some kind of like weird dinosaur thing. The aesthetic would be lower, but that's with the external factors, but that's going to come under opinion. Opinion 1. And the reason why is that from that Pokemon leak with that peanut raptor thing, the fact that Breloom likely means we didn't get peanut raptor, and that means that I hate Breloom, despite the fact that everything else I've said about it, and with its the fact that battle use and such. Yeah. So now I hate Breloom. All right. C dot aesthetic 8. Genius. C dot. It's just a seed. Fantastic. Genius concept. Battle 1. I would rather use a Pichu in a battle over a C dot. Lore 5. Once again, it's the game I've got a bias with lore of plant types because seeds aren't really alive, whereas dogs are. So at least some thoughts go into that. Because you don't go, because you go, what if a seed was alive and with eyes? Whereas you go, oh, a dog already has eyes. No imagination whatsoever. Opinion C dot 7. I really like C dot. If it might be on the list, if you could put 100 Pokemon into the real world, C dot might be one of those, because that way you're avoiding disaster. C dot's not that harmful. You know, level 100 C dot might be dangerous, but the average C dot isn't going to be that deadly, but still like really cool. That's it. Oh, look at C dot on that tree. Alright, Nuzleaf. Spell leaf right correctly. Aesthetic 4. It'd be lower if it wasn't for Mystery Dungeon. But yeah, it's just, wow. It's just a wood guy with a seed on his head. Battle 3. It's fine, but I'd use Shuckle. It's about the same use as Shuckle and some Flora. Law 5. Opinion, it's a 3. I don't really care about Nuzleaf. Nuzleaf's just there because they needed a middle stage. Shiftry, however, aesthetic, 7. Doesn't quite reach the peaks of CDOT, but I really like it. It kind of feels like the design-wise, almost like it was a Gen 2 Pokemon. Shiftry, like it's a Gen 2 Pokemon, but drawn in like the Gen 3 style, if you know what I mean. It just feels like something about it which feels older, like an older design. Don't know how true that is. Battle, 7. I use the Shiftry on my run through Emerald. Lore, 7. I really like the tie-in with Tengu. And then there's all the kind of like mythology around it. It's really fun. Shiftry, I really like. It's an 8. But the fact that I think visually it's a bit plain, because all its design comes from it having a giant white fluffy head. There's nothing else to its design basically, apart from that and its sandal feet. That's it. But it works. Okay. Bum bum bum. Over here. Tropius, aesthetic, 8. I really like how Tropius looks. I like its bananas. I like how it's a flying dinosaur, even though it's quite clear that those leaves won't be able to get into the air just from how it looks, unless it's hollow or filled with helium. But the banana flying dinosaur with a helmet on, genius. Battle, 5. It's not bad, but it's not great. I mean, yeah, it can use some flying moves, which is a bonus, but it's 5. Law, 6. All of that comes from the bananas. No, push it up to 7. That's because I really like the route it's on. It might be my favourite route in Hoenn. Just because it feels like so... Playing that game the first time felt like you're really actually exploring. The first time in a Pokemon game I felt like, wow, this actually feels like the wilderness. Tropius, I like, put 7. I want to see regional variants of Tropius. I said it pronounced it multiple different ways during this. But okay. Alright, what next? Let's do a thing on. So Voltorb. Aesthetic, 4. No, 5. It's 5. It's like that. Well, it's the first object one, arguably. There might be one earlier in Kanto, but like it's the first object one. But it's like, all right, but it's everything which doesn't exist. It's just stuff that I actually don't mind object mon. But it's kind of genius marketing to go, all right, what's the thing we invented for this game? Pokeballs. Make one of those, but that and lore-wise, is 7 because the genius gameplay reason. Even though it doesn't make sense actually, given the size of Pokeballs and actually the size of Voltorb, how people confuse them, unless there's some extra capsule things they put in. But having seen Pokeballs in the wild, like Pokeballs containing items in later games, it still doesn't make any sense. But the gameplay reason alone, brilliant. Battle, 2. I would not use a Voltorb. The only use of Voltorb is to make it blow up. Opinion on Voltorb though, 7. And a lot of that comes from Voltorb Flip, which is another aspect for the lore. Hisuian, aesthetic, 8. It's just brilliant. Battle, 4, because I've used one. And they're really fun. I like using Seed moves with it because it feels like you should be using them. Lore, 9. Should it have 9? Should it be that high? Probably not, but I really like how it's it's like a seed ball. I think they've taken like Voltorb's lore and made it really fun. And it's just with the whole Hisuian form and the fact that it brings the question of like, well, does it really predate? Does it predate? But what comes first, the Pokeball or the Voltorb? It's like a really fun kind of thing. So opinion on it, 8. Now, Electrode. You can spell it. I got an end. Aesthetic. 3. Battle 5. Lore 6. The lore-wise, it just looks it's even bigger, so it's more ready to become a mistake for Pokeball. Pinion Electrode 5. Hisuian Electrode. Aesthetically, it's a 6. Battle-wise, it's a 5. Lore-wise, it's a 6. Opinion, it's a 6. I like it more than regular Electrode, but the trouble with both Electrodes, the first Electrode kind of it's just a bit, you know, it's upside down and a bit boring compared to Voltorb. It's just, the eyes don't look as good and stuff. And Hisuian Electrode, I might actually prefer it to Voltorb, like Hisuian Voltorb in some ways, but the fact that the way the eyes are done, the eyes alone have lost it. Those points in aesthetics and everything else basically. Alright, what's next then? Let's go with Sneasel. Alright, Sneasel. Aesthetic wise, Sneasel is a 7. Battle 5. Lore 6. Opinion 8. I really like Sneasel. It was the first ice type that wasn't Articuno that I really appreciated. Ice type. I really like the ice type. Yeah. And then when they gave it the evolution in Weavile, it's really cool. First. Yeah, Weavile 8 aesthetics, 7 in battle, and 7 lore because I like the additional thing of it, and opinion 9. I really like Weavile. Yeah. It's another example as well where Sneasel is when they added the gender dimorphism, sexual dimorphism with Sneasel, it kind of works because of the lore around the Pokemon. It's not just like, well, this is red on this one, this is blue on the other one. Why? One's a boy and one's a girl. No, it's like it fits into the thing. It feels more alive and more actually like an ecological reason for it. Sneasel, Hisuian form. I quite like it. I don't know if I like it as much as the original Sneasel, but it's still a 7. Battle. It's a 6. I'm more likely to use it. The poison fighting typing, I prefer it to Toxicroak and Croagunk. And lore wise, it's a 6. I mean, I really like it, but I think, in my opinion, it's a 7 though. But I do like it. I think it is better in some ways, but I don't like the lore of it that much more than a normal Sneasel. Sneasler, I quite like. People say, oh, it's just a bigger Sneasel, but it's bigger done better. You know, it's got the colour change. There's enough of changes there as opposed to something where it's the same thing but bigger. Sneasler. Aesthetic. I don't think it's as good as Weavile's design. So it's a 7 aesthetically. Battle wise, 7. And then lore wise, it's a 7. And that comes from the fact of it, the kind of like carrying around and being that, and how useful it is. My opinion on Sneasler, it's an 8. Alright, let's go for my favourite ice type now. Snom. Aesthetics, 10. It's adorable. It's perfect. Look at it. Battle, 1. Lore. I mean, I want to give it a stupidly high one, but let's face it. It's an ice bug. It's 6. It's something, you know, it's like, oh, thinking about how they put thought into how it would work. It was as like a bug in the ice and stuff, but I think no, give it a 7. There really there's some thought in there at least. Opinion 8. Now, Frostmoth. Aesthetic, 10. Brilliant. Battle, 7. I have used it. It's very fragile, but you can do some really cool stuff with it. Law... Bump, bump. It makes me laugh every time I put the mouse off that side of the screen. It goes crazy on the actual screen itself. Frostmoth, Law, 7. It's the same thing here. And then Opinion, it's 9. I really like Frostmoth. Okay. Now... I try and spell Aurorus. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to spell this on my own. Because I cannot spell those Pokemon. I don't know what it is. I just cannot. There's like Amora and Aurorus. I can't spell either of them. Oh. It's just impossible. Aesthetic, 7. No, actually it's an 8. I really like the aesthetic of it. I think it looks really cool. Battle-wise, however, it's a 7. Actually, let's face it, it's a 6. I like it, but I wouldn't actually use it in the battle often. Rock Ice is fun, but fragile. Law, 7. Opinion, 7. We're trying to move a bit faster now. Is it Amora? Or is it just... Aurora? There we go. Aesthetic wise, 7. I really like its aesthetic. I like how it's, but you know, it just isn't as grand. Battle, 5. Law, 7. Opinion, 6. It's not as grand. Right, let's match that with... Let's go through fossils for now. Tyrant. Aesthetic, 8. It's adorable. It's a cute little angry thing. Battle. It's a 5. Law, 7. Opinion, 8. Tyrantrum. Aesthetic, 9. Battle, 8. Law, 7. I want to get more for being like a T-Rex, basic dragon dinosaur, but let's face it, it's a fossil Pokemon. All fossil Pokemon basically have the same story, the same lore. What the only difference is maybe some cool stuff connections, but it's basically all just, you know, ancient Pokemon. Yeah, we'll get to the ones that I think as the best lore-wise as fossils. An opinion on Tyrantrum, 9. I really like it. Let's carry on with the fossil trend. Let's go OG with Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl, okay. Aesthetic, 7. Battle, 6. Law, 8. And that comes from the fact it's amber instead of just the and the Jurassic Park reference is just so funny to me. So that's why it's that. And then opinion on old Aerodactyl. 7. Now as for the Mega. I really like the aesthetic of the Mega. I think the aesthetic is 9. Actually, no, 8. I have to remember the chin. I wish it would have abandoned the rock type and become like dragon type, as if it's you know. But that's opinion wise. That's why it stays at 8 instead of being any higher than 8 in opinion wise. Lore wise, 8. Battle wise, 8. It's just a stronger Aerodactyl, and that's why I'd use it more. Alright, now... Omanite. Aesthetics. 5. It's 6. I like the colour blue. I like the colour blue they used. But it's just, you know... It's in the name, isn't it, really? It's fine. Battle-wise, 4. Lore-wise, 7. It's a fossil Pokemon. Opinion, 7. I like that colour blue, shade of blue it is. Omastar. Aesthetic, 4. I think the reason why is the shade of blue changes just a bit, in my opinion. I don't like how the eyes look now. I don't like the mouth. The spikes on the shell are unnecessary. It feels like a bit too much of like, oh, bigger and more deadly looking, which I don't like with some Pokemon evolutions. I think also the reason why I think its sprites scared me when I was a child, and so therefore I'm not the biggest fan of it. Battle, 5. I'd consider using one, but you know. Lore, it's a 7. It's such a fossil type, isn't it? Opinion, 5. Kabuto. Aesthetic, it's a 4. It's fine, but the glowing red eyes do all the work. Battle, 3. I don't know why I just wouldn't use it compared to. Lore-wise, 7. An opinion, 5. Alright. Kabutops. Dun, 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 dun. Got all that, minion? Opinion 5. Not into that. Alright. Kabutops. Aesthetic, 7. I just like how it's got stabby arms. Battle, 6. Fast slasher. Lore, 7. Oh, no, Kabuto's lore was 7. It was the opinion was 5. It's a fossil. Fossils just get, basically, unless it's something I say it anyways, every fossil gets 7. Because it's a fossil and that's cool, but beyond that, it's just an ancient Pokemon. Opinion on Kabutops, 8. 1 second. Ugh. My throat for 1 second. Oh, okay, sorry about that. Oh. Alright, Hoenn fossils. Anorith. Anorith, aesthetic wise, 7. If I put Galarian Farm Slowbro at 7, then Anorith deserves to be 7. It's Anorith, you know? The fossil bug. Battle wise, 4. I wouldn't use it in battle. Bug types need a good reason to use it in battle. And then for lore wise, it's a 7. It's fossil, and it's not it's not one of the few exceptions. Opinion wise, oh, is it pure rock? It's not rock bug. For some reason it's not taking the rock bug on the indexing then. Opinion, it's a 6. It's fine, but I always forget Anorith exists. Alright, Armaldo. Okay. Now, the thing with Armaldo is, aesthetically, it's a 5. Yeah, Amaldo aesthetically just a 5. Just I know there's some kind of cuteness going on. Amaldo is just a bit like, it's just big and a bit too busy in some ways. It's too busy and dopey at the same time. Kind of the eye part's kind of cool, but that's just that. Battle, 5. I don't think I've really used one. Law is a 7. As I said before, fossil type. And opinion 4. I just don't like Armaldo. I'm just biased against it. Alright, now. Lileep and Credilli. Going at once. Okay, aesthetically, I don't like how they look. Lileep is a 4, Credilli is a 3 aesthetically. Battle-wise, probably a 3 and a 6. Lore-wise, 8. Because you're going, these fossil Pokemon are going to be plants instead of being just dinosaurs or ancient bugs or whatever, ancient things like actual fossils. Instead we go, no, plants. Because the amount of fossils we have of plants, and people quite often focus on the fauna, not the flora. It's like the fact that dinosaurs are older than grass, you know, and I think people forget a lot about ancient kind of, you know, ancient flora. Yeah. Opinion on them. Unfortunately, it doesn't say their opinion, you know, they're 5. I like the lore more than I like the Pokemon. Alright, Sinnoh Pokemon. Shieldon. Aesthetic 4. It's just a big head Pokemon. No, chew up. Aesthetic 3. I can be as harsh as I want to be. All it's got going for it is the fact it's got a big head. Nothing else to it. Battle 3. Lore 7. And then opinion 4. Bastiodon. Aesthetically 6. It looks more interesting, there's more going on with it. Battle 6. I might consider using it. The steel type's fun. Lore is a 7. Opinion, it's a 6. Ba ba da ba da ba ba. Granidos. Aesthetically, 6. It's a cute little dinosaur thing. Battle 2. I'm not going to use it. It's just all damaging me itself. And then lore, it's a 7. Opinion, 6. Rampardos. I'd say if its eyes weren't red, it'd be a 7. But the eyes being red just makes it not look as good, in my opinion. It's just the eyes in general. So, 6. Battle. There's that one broken strap for that time, wasn't there? So, but still 6. Battle. Lore, it's a 7. And then it's a 5. The eyes mean I don't like it. Because I'm split sometimes in the aesthetic of it with where its head kind of goes in before it does the bump. Sometimes I like that, sometimes I don't. Next fossils, another fossils. Oh, Latuga. Aesthetic 7. It looked really cool. Battle 3. I mean, you know, you've got other fossil water types. You know, rock water. There's so many rock water types by this point. I say so many. They're not a massive amount, but still 2 in the first generation. 2 lines in the first generation. Lore is a 7. Opinion 7. That comes from it being a turtle. Caracosta. One second. Deal with the crazy mouse. Bomb, bomb. Caracosta. Bum bum bum. Ba-da-bum. Aesthetic. 5. It doesn't look as good as Tortuga. Tortuga looks really cool and interesting, and Caracosta just looks like it's let itself go. Battle though, 5. Fine, but lore 7, opinion 5. It's just I remember Tortuga, I have trouble remembering Caracosta exists. Archeops. Aesthetic. 6. It's fine. And it's a really example what it's going for, but it just doesn't quite work for me. I don't even think about the execution, it's just like too many colours, even though I understand why they've done it. It works, but it's just not for me. Battle 4. It's a cool idea of battler, but like it's not a battle style I'd want to use. Lore 7, opinion 6. Archaeopteryx. Yeah, I need to help spell that. Bum 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 bum. What's that one called then? Because you got Archeops. Tricks. Yeah, and there's Archeops that I've already put in. Archeon? Archeop? Archix? Arcade? Called Arcade for now. Pokemon Arcade. Yeah, Arcade. Archatrix. I know it's got Arc in its name. I can't remember beyond that, I can't remember. Because it just defaults to Archaeopteryx, so I'm never going to guess it right now. Archon. I thought it said Archon. Nope, I thought I said that in one of my list of names, because I know it's Arc followed by a sound. I should remember it gets Arc and then N. Yeah. Oh yeah, I said Archon, didn't I? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-bum. It's adorable. So it's a 7. Battle-wise, 3. Lore, 7. Opinion, 7. Tortuga and Archon, if they didn't evolve and were just as they were, I'd prefer them. Next fossils, we've got Kalos fossils. Alolan fossils, there weren't any. It's a Johto situation. Alola is the Johto of, like, the DS era. If you think about it. Galar fossil. There wasn't any fossil in Paldea either, was there? Right, Galar fossils. Alright, now. Drakazol. Dracovish. No, I don't dislike these as much as some other people do. But I do kind of I would like Resident Pokemon Company to do the original Pokemon's designs. Okay, so Drakazol aesthetically is a 6. And lots of that comes from the fact that I like both parts individually. Individually they will be higher, but obviously as it is. Battle 7, I've used in battle. Lore 9. It's gonna be 9 for all of the Galar fossils because I really like the approach to that kind of like British archaeology where they just messed everything up. Opinion on Drakazol is an 8. Dracovish, aesthetically, it's a 5. Bum bum bum. Battle-wise, 6. Even though I know technically isn't it better? It's better, but I wouldn't use it because I just don't like it as much. I know that opinion comes into the battle somewhat, but it's based around as well of just if I'm going water, I need it because it's what dragon water. And if I need a water type in that generation, I'm not going to use it. If I need a dragon, there's all the dragons. Opinion 7. Arctozolt. Arctozolt, aesthetically, it's 7. And it would be a 6 if it didn't have a runny nose. Battle 7. I just really, like the electric. Electric ice is just a fun type. Is it the only electric ice? Don't know if it is, but it might be like maybe if there is like what one other, 2 others maybe. Don't tell me what they are. We'll come back to it later. Arctozolt opinion. It's an 8. Arctovish. Also, yeah, Arctovish. Aesthetically is a 6. The reason why I don't like Dracovish is because it's on the end of the tail, the head. And I feel it's a bit unbalanced. I know that's not the point, but even so. Battle 6. Lore-wise 9. Opinion 7. I like how the head's upside down, but that's enough. Got the fossil gone through. Bum bum bum. Chincho. Aesthetically, it's a 7. It's really plain, being from like first 2 gens, but it's something about it really endearing still. Battle wise 3. I'm not using battle. Lore wise 4. It's just a fish. It's a glowy fish in the thingy, bioluminescence. Once you've got through the basic water types, you need to think of bioluminescence. Opinion though, I like it 7. Then Lantern. Boom, 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 boom. Aesthetically 5. Lantern looks worse than Chincho. How they changed the like lights off its head. I don't like the one with both on instead of the 2 separate ones. I think it looks silly. I understand they're going more accurate to be like football fish or whatever you call them. But anglerfish, but nah. It just looks more generic. So that's why it's it's 5. Battle 5. Lore 4. Opinion 5. I only remember Lantern because Chincho exists. Ditto. Aesthetic 3. Let's face it, it's just kind of it's just kind of like just a blob. There's not really much there. Battle wise 2. I'm not going to use a Ditto. I'm going to use the such a gimmicky Pokemon. Its uses for breeding. That's the reason why it wasn't immediately scrapped. Lore wise 8. The breeding, the fit in the world's really cool. Opinion 5. I don't like how it means that no other Pokemon can use Transform now, basically. I know Mew cans and stuff, but like I do wish maybe they've not really messed with transforming as much beyond, what I'm going to say next, which is Zora and Zoroark. Oh, my throat. Well, the psychic throat, as it were, that projects sound from, but you know what I mean. Zoroark. All the aesthetics are 10. Battle. 3 and 4 for the Zoroark. This one used slightly more because it's got a better type. Whereas the original one, unless you're in Psychic, you know, whereas at least it being a piddly Pokemon, at least it had been, you know, normal ghost type means that normal fighting and ghost type can't do anything, moves can't do anything to you without like preparation. And then you've also got the other stuff like, you know, resisting bug and such. Bum bum bum. Zoroark, both of them, 7 and 8. 7 for Unova, 8 for Hisuian. Lore-wise, standard Zoroark, those events in the original games make it an 8. And then Hisuian Zoroark, it's a 9. And that is basically because of that the Hisuian like mini anime they put out. Fantastic. And then it's the same for the Zora. Same of each for the Zora. Opinion on them: 8 for Unova, 9 for Hisuian. I just love Hisuian Zora. Okay. We've got 98, and we're how far in? 2 hours in. Oh god. My throat's not liking this. Yeah, it's in multiple stream. The timer we have to take note of and add together, I think. But let's face it, it's not about it's not really about me knowing. Oh, I think it's the ranking is part of it, you know. The quiz part is just to lure you in. Alright. Let's get some Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is a 4 aesthetically for me. Because I like the idea, but I think the execution doesn't quite work. I understand it's got 6 legs altogether, but I don't like how they're placed. It makes me feel less like a bug and more like an hourglass. I like the idea of the kind of like the bubble head, but I don't like the colours in it. It feels very Majora's Mask colour scheme, and that's not in a good way. Battle-wise, 2. I'm never going to use one. Lore-wise, 6, and that's only because of the bubble head. Opinion, 4. Arachnid. Arachnid. Bom 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 bom. Aesthetic, or the bubble. Adding more bubble on its knees doesn't help. Battle, 3. Because if I'm going to use a bug water, I'm not going to use this one. Lore, 6. Opinion, 4. And this is all because of one Pokemon that comes in. Wimpod. Wimpod, just the more interesting bug water type. Its ability isn't as good. And now it's worth for fighting. Do you know what? I like it more. Aesthetically, Wimpod, look at it. Aesthetically, Wimpod is a 7. Battle, it's a 1. But lore-wise, 8. Just how it's used in the game and the thing catchy, it's more memorable. Lore covers not only the Pokédex entries, but how it fits in the world and kind of like experiences in world. I know there's opinion which kind of ties in, it's kind of like borderline, but opinion colours all of it. Opinion of Wimpod is 8. And then Glissopod. Glissopod. Aesthetic. 9. Give me that samurai book. Battle. Is it a wise idea? No, but 7. I'll use it in battle. No, it's not. Is it the most useful Pokemon in battle? No. Is it unusable? Not at all. I don't know if it learns Flip Turn, but it should be able to. Lore-wise, 8. It's a samurai that runs away. That's kind of fun. Opinion, 9. Bum 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 bum. I'm going. Second. Right, 2 hours 12. I want to get at least to the clock. Is that best for my voice? No, but we're going that far. Bum 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 bum. We'll need to take the time when we call it things so we add them all up in the end. But okay. Let's think of another Pokemon. Phantom. I forgot the H. Phantom. Aesthetic. 8. Battle. 3. I consider using it, even though it might be the wisest, but that's the thing. The battle, I'm really learning a lot about myself. Lore-wise, 7. It's kind of fun. It's a bit dark, but it's a classic Pokemon, you know, in the, you know. Opinion, 7. Revenant. Phantom Trevenant. Trevenant aesthetic is an 8. Battle wise, it's a 6. I really like it, but I wouldn't use it often. It's more a Pokemon I'd like to look at or have around than battle. Lore wise, 7. Opinion, 8. Following that with Pumpkaboo aesthetic, 7. What is it in battle? God no, 2. I find it interesting in battle. I think when we devised the category, we probably we tended to be like how good it is, and that. But in my opinion, but the trouble is, opinion links to everything. It's like what would I use it in battle? It's interesting. You got ones like that. I would rather use like Shaming Sky for battle than Landform, despite the fact that I would prefer the other. So that's kind of interesting. But I'll be Phantom. A Phantom. Pumpkaboo. That exists. Lore wise, 5. Because funnily enough, normally it's the opposite of my plant thing. Like Spooky Tree Ghost. Okay, yeah, sure, great lore and the child aspect and the thing aspect and the thing of the forest and there's a guy in the forest aspect. But let's face it, Pumpkaboo. It's a haunted pumpkin. Everyone's thought that every Halloween anywhere Halloween happens when you see the decayed, rotting pumpkins. What if it was haunted? Yeah, no. Surprised it wasn't earlier. Surprised it wasn't in a Nova, to be honest. Opinion, it's a 5. It's fine, but it's just, eh. Gorgeist, aesthetic, 3. I just don't like how it looks. If we have to do size of Gorgeist, I don't think that counts. Because they're all the same, they're bigger and smaller. Battle, 5. I don't know, I feel like I'm more... A Harvest Trevenant feels more useful than whatever Gorgeist does. Gorgeist just for collecting for the side quest, that's it. Lore-wise, 5, it's just a haunted pumpkin. Opinion, 3. Genuinely, how it looks really influences my Okay, let's think. Matchup. Aesthetic, 3. Is this your superior Gen 1 design? Is this really? It's just a grey person with lines on the head. Wow. Great. Battle, 3. Not the worst basic Pokemon. That's literally Sunkern. But, because I'm randomly picking them as I want to rank them. Hello, Endido, how you doing? I'm basically just picking them and then ranking them as I go. Where were we? Battle 3. Law 3. It's just a fighting thing. Its matchup is just terrible. Opinion, probably 3 as well. It's just 3 across the board. It's just boring. Wow. He's not even got the thing of like Machoke. At least Machoke, right? Lore-wise, Machoke, 6. Being used to help move heavy things in games, brilliant. Battle-wise, 5. It's fine. But I don't know if you'd use 4 actually. Call it 4. Aesthetically, 5. I think they really do a lot with the matchups design being just boring. Instead, they massively improve it. My opinion on it though is 5. It just exists. Bum 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 bum. Machamp. Here we go. Hello, Kachus178. To you as well. Alright. Machamp. Appearance-wise, 5. I don't think it's much better than Machoke. I prefer the colour of Machoke. Battle, 6. It can be quite useful. Lore-wise, 6. Falls on the same kind of thing. I like some of the trade aspects of it and your trade evolutions and that kind of thing. However, it's not any use in being used in the real world where Machop's just there doing nothing. Opinion on it though, 5. Okay. Now for the Gigantamax one. Aesthetic, 3. It's stupid big head horn thing. Dragged it down. Battle, 6. Yeah, I'd use it, sure, why not? Lore, 6. It's just a big one. Opinion, 4. Not as bad as Matchup. Or Heatmore. Right. Bum 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 bum. That's Wooloo. Wooloo. Aesthetic, 8. It's a Pokemon football. Great. Battle, 2. It really should, actually probably should be a 3. I'll call it 3, okay, I'll be reasonable. Lore, 6. British Sheep Pokemon. It's part football, it rolls, brilliant. No notes. Opinion, 6. I like it, but you know, it's... See, Wooloo is how they should do when we need a sheep for this region, what should we do? And actually tie it in. And I know they do that more now, but it feels like Gen 1 could take a look at Wooloo and take some notes. And what does Wooloo evolve into? I know this one. I'm blanking on it. I'm completely blanking on it. I can't remember his name. Has he got Ram in it? No, I completely blanked. Mixture of the heat and my throat going. Oh well. We move on. Bum 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 bum. We have to remember which one these are in because I'm going to have all these in when we start the next one. Or do we not? Yeah, true. Okay. Alright, let's just get a few in. Zigzagoon. Zigzagoon, aesthetically, standard 6. Galar, 7. Actually, no, remember its tongue hangs out, 8. If its tongue didn't hang out, it'd be a 7. But 8, because it sticks out and it's adorable. Whereas normal Zigzagoon, I don't think its tongue sticks out by default. Battle, both of them are a 3. Lore for the standard one is, it's a 4, let's face it. It's a 5. It's a raccoon that zigzags. But I like that, so that's fine. Galarian, 6, because the kind of like the black and white aspect of it. Kind of fun. And tying in with and the queuing up with the music aspects, which they kind of tying in with. Zigzagoon, it's a 5, and then Galarian is 6. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Alright, and then Linoon. Linoon. Alright. Bum bum bum. Alright. It's tricky. Linoon, aesthetic wise, standard is 5. I don't like its design as much as I like the Zagoons, and I think it's the same with the. I don't. We'll get to that. For Linoon, that battle 5, because it's actually kind of like some stuff you can do with it. Extreme speed Linoon. I'm pretty sure you can do that. Lore wise, 5, 6. It follows on, I like how it went from zigzag to straight line. Opinion 5. I just don't like it as much as Galarian Linoon. Oh. Come on. I think I can do it 10 more minutes. Galarian Linoon. Alright, aesthetic 7. It's just, I just don't find it's still a silly Billy, you know, but it's just not as interesting as the battle. It's a 5, you know. Lore wise, 7. I really. Right, actually no. But move. It's a 6 and move normal Linoons to a 5, please. I'd kind of like misremember. The lore wise, I meant. Yeah, okay. And opinion wise, it's probably a 6 to be honest. Obstagoon, however. Aesthetic 9. I really like how they leaned into the like rock elements and the music. Battle 7. It won't be in like my top squads, but I'd use it in a Galar theme squad, and I have done. Lore, it's a 7. I think it takes a step up from this kind of like, you know, from a zigzag to a straight line to obstruction. I think it's a really interesting to take it. I don't think expect to take it that way. Go into it. Opinion, it's an 8. 8 opinion wise. Bum 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 bum. Alright, let's do Poochyena then. Poochyena, aesthetic wise, it's a 4. I understand there's the hyena aspect in there, but let's face it, it's not treated like that, is it? It's just a dog. It's just a dog, and that's it. Battle 3. I'm not going to use a Poochyena. It's got Intimidate, that's about it. That's the only use it ever has. Lore-wise, 4. It's just a dog. It's a dog and a hyena, wow. It's not got the genius, it's not got the fun part of at least. It's a raccoon, right? But it zigzags. No. Poochyena, opinion 4. I don't think much of Poochyena. I don't think of it much at all. Mightyena. 6 aesthetically. It actually brings more hyena in, so instead of being just a dog, it's quite clear there's something else in there rather than just being just a dog-shaped thing. Battle-wise, 6. I found some use in the past. I've used one before. It's not my favourite to use, but it has a thing. Lore-wise, 4. It's still just a. It's just a dart. It's just a type, and then 2 animals mashed together. pretty close anyway. Opinion 5. Let's start more fights. Centric. Aesthetic 6. Centric, I like it, but its aesthetic, it's fine. It's being held up by its tail. That's like holding up its aesthetic for me. Maybe actually 7. Looking at it again. Because I like the way it goes with Centric is I like it originally. I like how it looks in the original sprites, and then I don't like it for a bit, and I like it more again now based on aesthetically. I think it's one of the Pokemon that actually benefits from the more recent games. I think it didn't look as good actually in the kind of like Gen 4, post Gen 4 art style when most Pokemon did. I think it looked better in Gen 2, Gen 3. I think Gen 4 with End of Century kind of looking kind of good. I think it looks better when it looks a bit crappy. It looks more like a friend. Right, Centric. Battle-wise, 2. I'm not going to use Centric in battle. I'm not crazy. Lore-wise, drop 5. Any explanation? No, it's my list. Opinion 6. Alright. Aesthetic 7. This one. Battle-wise 6. Green speed for it. I think the reason why I don't like Linoone as much is because Furret exists, and Linoone just feels like cheap Furret. That's why at least the Galarian one is looks a bit different. I might be supposed to be Furret, but like Furret. Exactly. It's a squad filler. 5. It's not gonna get any lore. An opinion 7. Okay. Let's do more. Houndoom. Houndoom opinion is 7, and that comes entirely from Pokemon Channel. In the bit start Scarlet Violet. Lore-wise, 5. It's just a fire dog. Kind of health theming gives it that extra boost, but it's just a fire dog. Battle, 6. It's got its uses. Aesthetic, 4. No, hang on. 3. It looks a bit crap, let's face it. Bum bum bum. Houndour. I'll come back to the Mega. Houndour. Do you know what? I actually prefer Houndour's look to Houndoom, but it's still only a 4. Battle 2. Not using it. I mean, actually 3. Dark Fight type is you know, it's more interesting than most thing you want. Like Mighty, he's like Poochie Energy, like, oh, I'm just Dark type. Yeah, but at least got fight that can burn you. Lore-wise, 5. It's, at least he's the kind of hell dog kind of aspect in there, Hellhound. Opinion 7, and once again it's Pokemon Channel and Scarlet Violet doing the heavy lifting. Now the Mega. I actually think the aesthetic in the Mega is a 6. I think it actually massively improves upon the design of Houndoom. Battle-wise, 7. Lore-wise, 5. It's still just a Hellhound in it. Opinion-wise though, 8. Bum 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 bum. Ba bum bum. I think we've got the least stuff so far. I mean, I've got no Paldea Expedition ones. A few Leafy Paldea. Random region. First region in the chat. I'll come with. I'll pick a Pokemon from that region. Oh. Anyone? Bum, bum, bum. No one? Okay. Fine. Tell you what then. Ah, no, that's... I was going to say name a Pokemon and I'll do it, but then I realised, no, that's because that's a piece of point of me trying to remember them. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Alright, let's just do Ogerpon. Ugh. Right. Ogerpon. Bum bum bum. This is going to be aesthetic wise. Ogerpon 10. Standard Ogerpon, no mask, 10. Ogerpon is just adorable. Oh yeah, there's not no mask on the out of battle. Well, teal mask, no mask is perfect. Adorable, you know, design. It's quite human, but at the same time, very, very much not. And I think a real example of that, you know, it's a design that makes you want to kind of like protect Ogerpon, but at the same time, you know, still has a thing of hint of power, and the reason why you know, I think that's really clever. That, like, think of something being like kind of like being able to do design which works to be kind of like that innocent, misunderstood thing that you want to protect, while also being the powerful kind of thing that could be the monster of the tail as well. And the using mask of that is really clever. Battle wise, 8. I think once I got an Ogerpon, it was added permanently in my squad in Scarlet Violet. Lore wise, 10. It got an entire DLC to itself. You know? Opinion, 9. Pardon me. And then there's the other ones with the masks. Flame mask, the water mask, and the stone mask, right? I can't remember the names of the masks. But right, the water mask aesthetically is an 8. The blue clashes too hard against the rest of it. So the battle wise 7. Lore wise, it's still a 10. All of them are gonna be 10 lore wise. And then opinion is 8 on it. Aesthetic of the cornerstone. That's the stone one, right? Knife me. It's not as good as the teal mask, but it's still. Hang on a second. Actually, it's a 10. I really like how it ties in with the kind of. You do a really good job with the tying in with the grey that's already around Ogerpon. I think it's the one that fits best. Is it? But he's in battle as much? No, it's 7. Opinion 8. I think the opinion for all the others is gonna be 8 because I think I'd prefer that. The Earthflame mask, Hearthflame. All right. Yep, Hearthflame. Aesthetic 9. I think the red really works. Battle wise 8. To be honest, I think that's the one I use the most. I think that covering that fire shaped hole in the squad. Alright, let's do a fun one then. For now. Rudigan. Aesthetic 3. Battle 5. Lore 6. It's more interesting in lore than it is how it looks. Like, you know, with the whole. There's a really good Lockstin video on it. But yeah. Opinion 4. I usually quite like dragon types, but let's get Dramper out of the way as well. Dramper, aesthetic 5. That is 6. 6. Dramper dragon's kind of fun. Battle 5. Lore 5. It's just an average Pokemon. Opinion 5. I don't really care about it. It's there. Oh, while we're here as well, while we're in Alola, Oranguru Persimmon. Aesthetic of Oranguru for Persimmon for battle for both of them. I know they're more capable, so the Pokemon actually wouldn't use them. Lore 4. Opinion 3. I don't really like them. I understand why they're there, but I just don't really care about them at all. And unlike some other Pokemon where I don't think about them at all, when I do it, when I do, and it's like I go like, oh yeah, I forgot Lickitung existed. When I see, I can't remember what I gave Lickitung now, opinion wise. Lickitung I gave it 2. No, it's actually I actually dislike Lickitung. But like let's say like Machoke. I go like, oh yeah, Machoke. Whereas when I think of those two, I think I go like, why do I have to remember those two Pokemon? I could remember more interesting Pokemon. Swanna, Ducklet. Lore-wise, both of them, the whole ugly duckling thing, that gives it a 6. Might be the last one. I mean, it's kind of a predictable thing for, you know, duck, swan, but you know what? Duck it. Good enough. And also the mod of the bridge with the feathers, that was really cool. Battle-wise, 2 and 4. Trouble with Nova Pokemon is why would he use them in battle when at an equivalent level they still not evolved yet? Aesthetic-wise, I think they're both a 6. Opinion-wise, 5. I don't really care about them though. Right, can I push it a bit further? 1 second. I mean, I think everyone can hear my voice is going, but if you can't, then well done to me for pushing through, being such a brave brain. Alright. Bom 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 bom. Let's end on... I'm gonna go in 39. I can do 21. Right, I'm gonna try and go till 1/2 and hope my voice doesn't completely conk for them. That's 26 minutes. Alright. Burmy. Minion's actual favourite Pokemon. Just like Arthworm. Minion loves these Pokemon. Burmy. Aesthetic. 2. The only thing to make it not a 1... I mean, the leaves on it are kind of... I like the contrast of the leaves and the black. That's about all I can say about it. It's not heat mode, it's not got a crotch pipe. Yeah. That's the only good thing heat mode can do, is set Burmy on fire. And I don't know if it could do that, it might actually fail and set itself on fire. Considering how I can't deal with Durant. Now, if it would have said heat mode just preys on Durant's one thing, but no, it's a rivalry. That implies like it's roughly equal. Anyway, yeah, Burmy. Aesthetic 2. By 0 is useless. It might actually be, but like, if it was in the Pokemon world, like, would you want to use Burmy in the fight? I'd try and fight this Gyarados yourself. I'd probably go off myself. But what I'd probably do is kick the Burmy at it and run away. But and hope it just like Burmy's at least chewy enough that it like lasts a bit longer. That's Battle 0. Lore. To be fair, Bagworm, it kind of works, but the problem is it's a 3 because you already had a Bagworm Pokemon. Does Burmy actually change how it looks either? Burmy itself does. The cloaks. I can't remember if Burmy did or just the evolutions did. Okay. Alright, Plant Cloak. I like how the plant can things with the black. I mean, aesthetically, fair, Plant Cloak is 3. Like, the plant against that is really cool. The problem I'd have with it isn't how it looks. The plants can kind of see you on. Sandy Cloak. It's a 2. The leaves. I think the reason why 2 is every time I look at the Sandy Cloak one, I imagine how much of a mess of dust it leaves going everywhere it moves. Because The more horrifying thing for Sandcloak one, Burmy, is, right, if you think about it, leaving dust in its wake everywhere is one thing, but if it doesn't, what kind of texture does it have to keep it all in? And that's when it's going to keep up night, might keep you up at night tonight. Trash Cloak. No, actually, Sandy Cloak's 1, Plant Cloak's 2, Trash Cloak's 3. I like the idea that it's covered in insulation foam, and that's why it's 3. It might mean it might kill itself through the fiberglass in its lungs. Opinion 1, all of them. Unfortunately, it doesn't evolve, and no, it does evolve into Mothim. To be fair, Mothim aesthetic 4. It's an average Pokemon design. Battle 4. I'm not going to use it. It's just a bug type. It's a standard bug type. I'd use it over, I don't know, Field on maybe. It's evolved. Lore, it's 3. It's just that. Opinion 3. Okay. Madame. It's got damn in its name because yeah. I think basically it just paste over the things from Burmy. With Battle maybe being 2. Because it's slightly more capable. Still crap. There we go, that's that dealt with. I like the gimmick behind it, and that's why it gets like anything in lore whatsoever. The idea of a Pokemon that, you know, change depending on the environment. That's a really cool idea. But I like the lore more than I do the actual. But they just, and they already had them, you know, with Fortress and Panico, which makes a point now then. Panico. 4. Actually, no, 3. All these opinions I've been keeping to myself for years. I felt like I can let them out. Panico 3. It's a design that's just kind of crap. It's just a blue pinecone with eyes. People moan about Objectmon, but I will take every Pokemon looking like being a variation of like the Vanillite line over any more Pineco type. Any complexity, anything interesting in design comes from the fact of being basically having a pine cone. Kind of a complex shape. Battle-wise, 1. All but useless. Lore. It's 4. It's just a bagworm in a pine cone. Opinion 3. I don't really care about Pineco. It's better than Burmy. And that is a damning compliment. Fortress, however. However it's said. Fortress. Technically. I just feel like if its name was better, I think I'd like it more, but it being called Fortress means that it's kind of just crap, you know? Let's think. Aesthetic, I like how it looks, at least. It's better than Pineco. I think it's like 4 aesthetically. Minion? I think Minion's gone. Don't blame them. Pineco. Battle-wise, it's got Steel, which is pretty good, but Explosion is basically the only move. I think it's like a 4 aesthetic. Battle wise, 5 to be honest. Lore wise, it's a 5 because it has the steel. That's pretty cool. I do like the how. I think it's a 6 to be honest. The landmine elements, well, the sea mine elements are really cool. Even though it's doesn't go anywhere near water. That is a really cool addition. What's that? So 4, 5, 6? 4, 6, 6? 4, 5, 6? I mean, as long as fire is a problem. Fire is a problem. So yeah, 4, 5, 6, I think. Yeah. And opinion-wise, let's think. 4, 5, 6. Opinion-wise, what do I want Panico as? 3. I think Fortress is 5. It's helped by the landmine elements, even though, as I said, landmines, it's not. I didn't actually write Panico in, did I? It's already named, but it's not on the. Okay. Oh, it's Ditto. That's Ditto. Never mind. But Ditto did that. I think Fortress, the landmine element's cool, but the fact that it's not reflected anywhere in its name, it's got nothing to do with water. And I think what gives it the bonus is the fact in Cobblemon, there's a pack where you can do Shulkerbox Fortress. It's that bonus. That's that bonus. I want to get to all these. Alright, can I do 20 in 15 minutes? Probably. Alright, here we go. Fish Pokemon. Goldeen. Pathetic. 4. I mean 5 actually. Oh, it's 5. It's fine. Battle-wise, 3. Lore, 3. It's just a fish with a horn. Wow. Opinion, 3. Seeking. Aesthetic. What did I put Goldeen as? 4? Or 3? No, Goldeen's 4. Never mind. Goldeen is like the bare. You know when people say that minimum viable product? Goldeen is like the minimum viable product to be a Pokemon. Like Pokemon design. It's fine. But I'd say it's below average. It's not quite mediocre. Not good. Not quite good enough to be mediocre. It's Goldeen. I think Seeking is in the same boat. Yeah. Battle wise, 4. Lore, 3. It's just a fish. Opinion, 4 because it was I remember it in the TCG Game Boy game. I remember Goldeen card. The only reason why it gets any more opinion than it gets any more than Goldeen. Yeah. All right. More fish. Magikarp counts, but I'm not gonna do Magikarp right now. No, I'll do it. Never mind. It's a fish. Magikarp. Aesthetic. 5. It's fine. It's average Pokemon design. Battle, 0. I mean, it's literally useless in battle. Lore-wise, I mean, the only way you get Magikarp useful in battle is what get it so it's like level 10 so you can learn tackle, and then that's all it can do. Lore-wise, 6. I really like how they actually made the choice to make it useless. Opinion, 7. I can't Magikarp. Gyarados. Gyarados, should I say. Alright, Gyarados. Aesthetic? I'd say it's a 7. One of the best Gen 1 designs. Well, we'll see if it actually is when it comes out on my list, whether on what we've ranked. Yeah, it's really good design. Battle, 6. I think it's fallen off as generations go on, with the eventual power creep and just strategy. Water flying, you know, it's just too easy exploitable type. It counts something pretty hard, like, you know, bug type. But then it's got counter for grass, but still, you know, it's fine. Lore wise, 8. It would have been a 7, but I just remembered it flies in Legend Arceus, so that is an extra point there. Opinion, 8. I like Gyarados. And now the Mega. Aesthetic. Actually, Gyarados up to 8 because the Mega's 7. And I don't like how it looks, so I don't like the shape of it. It looks bloated in one part of it. Battle, 8 though. Lore, 8. It's just a Gyarados, but there you go. Opinion, 7. I don't like how it looks as much. Morphish. Quillfish. Right. Aesthetic wise, Quillfish. If we're counting sprite work, it'd be a 3. It looks crap in the original games. But standard, it's a 4. It's not the best thing yet. It's just a pufferfish with a tail from Wind Waker. You know, I like the kind of colour. I like the subdued colours in Gen 2 in general, to be honest. Kind of slightly, not dirty colours, but polluted colours, if you know what I mean. Battle, 2. I'm not going to pick it. Even though it's a fully evolved Pokemon at that point in Gen 2, it's just crap. It's a gimmick at best. Lore, 3. It's just a pufferfish. Opinion, 3. I'm not a big fan of Quillfish on its own. History in Quillfish, however, is just so much more fun. It looks cooler, so it's a 5. I like the pink and the kind of dark, not quite black. Battle, I mean, it's still the same in battle. I'm not gonna. It's the same score in battle. I know there's like a landmine element here, but I feel like the landmine element is undermined by Fortress. And I feel it's not on show enough. So it's 3 as well, lore-wise, because yeah, they added the kind of like the dark to it. But opinion, 4. Overquill. Aesthetically, I think it's actually worse than Hisuian Quillfish. I think it's a 4 at best. Maybe a 3. It's a 3 aesthetically. Battle, 6. Lore-wise, I mean, it's a 5. They bring the landmine into it more. Opinion on it, 7. I think it's ugly as fuck, but I really like the aesthetic and stuff they've gone with. Alright, more fish. Fish. Basculin. All 3 forms. Right, okay, all 3 forms. I'll rank them all at once. Right, White Stripe's the best at 7. Then the red one at 6, Blue Stripe at 5. The Blue Stripe one just looks too confused. Battle-wise, all of them are a 3. Not quite useless, but the lore of the regular ones are a 3. They're just a fish. they're just a fish. It's the bare minimum. They split at least. But the fact that they split based on either side, I'll tell you what, actually push it to 4. At least something interesting with it. White striped is 5 because I really like the whole extinct fish angle. Opinion of them, I like basically white striped 5 and the other ones are 3. I'm not really a fan of them. They're just kind of there. It's just there. They just, well, we need something over in the water. Like, well, we can't. Well, should we use a Magikarp? Like, well, no, we need to get new fish Pokemon. So we'll just use Basculin everywhere instead. But what about that? So we'll do different farms instead to make it a bit more interesting. It's just boring. Basculegion. Am I doing either of the farms? Is it both of them or just one? Basculegion. Alright, aesthetically, the white one is 8. The white/blue one is 8. The red one is 9. The pink really pops against the green and the grey. Battle, I don't know, can't remember the difference, but I'd both use them, so both 8. My preference comes down to basically what they look like. And lore-wise, 7. And most of that comes from the fact that it's in the Legend Arceus and the kind of story around them and stuff. But, it's not especially like super special, but they're still really cool. And opinion 8. I really like this Pokemon. Finneon. Oh, that was a big noise then. Finneon, it's a fish, it glows. Aesthetic 5. It's a Pokemon fish. Battle 3. Lore 3. It's a glowing fish. Got Lantern already. Opinion 4. Don't mind it. Luminion. Aesthetics. Bum 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 bum. 6. If I quite like how it looks. Battle 5. No, 4. Lore 3. It's still just a glowing fish. Opinion 5. And that extra opinion part comes from the fact that it's a TCG card, which basically people would use a lot. So you just use a boss's orders, take it out, and it's 2 free prize cards. Alright. What's the fish? Veluza. Quite appropriately, there's a loser in its name. When I first saw this Pokemon, I was so excited. I was like, this Pokemon should be so cool. What's like? And then I saw its stats, and I was like, yeah. Battle-wise, it's a 4. Because its stats are crap. Aesthetic, they're 7. I really like how the size of it split off. It's like really interesting. It's kind of dark in a way. If you think about it like that, it's like a, it ties into the kind of food aesthetic of Paldea and stuff. So I'd say it's lore-wise, it's like a 7. That's really quite kind of fun and stuff. But opinion-wise, it's a 6. It's kind of forgettable. The only reason why I don't is because I remember the fact that it's not as good as it should have been. It's kind of like worse Sharpedo. Got a cool type at least, while Psychic. Let's go Bruxish. Now, its appearance is terrible. It looks ugly as hell. But that's the point. So does that mean... I mean, it's still got 3 for aesthetic. Lore-wise, 5. It's a psychic fish. Battle-wise, 5 to be honest. I used one for a bit in Alola. I don't like how it looks, but it's fine. Opinion on Bruxish, it's a 6. Partly comes because I know it is ugly, but I think that being the point is kind of fun. Alright, so Sharpedo and Carvana. I saw Carvana. Is that an H there? There we go. Got that in the end. Carvana, aesthetic 5. What hinders Carvana's aesthetic for me is the fact that it looks too much like a Zelda creature. It looks more like it should be Zelda than Pokemon Carvana. It's like someone's taken like a Wind Waker design and turned it into a Pokemon. Rapido. So what did I say? Carvana's. Did I actually give a number? Don't know if it did. 1 second. Bump. Yeah, 5. It's fine. And battle-wise, 3. Actually, 4. It surprisingly was useful, I remember, on a playthrough, and rough skin can be kind of handy. Dark type's kind of fun. Lore-wise, 4. Just Angry Shark. Actually, 3. Put it down to 3. Opinion on it is 4. No, make it 5. 5 and its aesthetics 4. I say it feels more like a Zelda Pokemon. Rapido, aesthetic 7. I like how it looks. The 7 on its interest, the cross on its interesting, you know, it breaks it up. It's something a bit different there. It's like a scar, but also ties into like a Pokemon will Groudon, which we'll probably end up doing next then. Battle 6. Lore 6. I really like the kind of jet engine aspect of it. Actually 7. I remember the jet skis. Opinion 7. I quite like Sharpedo. Mega, aesthetic wise, it's a 7. I like it in some ways, but in other ways it looks like something from the Sonic DS games. The Sonic, the wave, you know, the ones where you're in the sea in Sonic. It looks like the baddies out of that. Battle 7. It's just, you know, fun. And lore wise 7. Opinion 7. Right, we'll do Groudon. Groudon and Corphish. Groudon's appearance-wise is a 6. Corphish is a 5. Bum. Do. Battle-wise, 4 and 6. I don't know why, like the double water dark, I'm fine with that, but then the double water buggy and the Alola. I think it's because they feel. I think the reason why is, I don't know. I'm more okay with one of them than the other. I think because there's more Pokemon in Hoenn, and that's the reason why. There's more Pokemon and Dark's still a newer type, where it feels like you're just going like, oh, we got Water Bug ideas, should we split them up now? Should come here with there. Lore-wise, Corphish 3. You know, is what it is. Groudon 5. I really do like the thing of like saying it's, you know, it looks a bit like another Pokemon and stuff, and that's not how it looks where it is region. There's that kind of ambiguity of like, so what does it look like normally then? Because this is we're told it's a regional form. So what's the other one look like? Opinion, 4 and 5. I kind of forget they exist. I prefer Groudon. More fishies. Skrelp and Dragalge. Skrelp and Dragalge. Skrelp aesthetically is a 4. It's ugly, but it's meant to be. Dragalge aesthetic is a 6. Battle Skrelp is a 2. Dragalge is a 6. It feels like it should be a bit stronger. And then lore-wise, it's 4. It's a dragon. It's a leafy sea dragon. It's poison. It's water. Like that changes, but yeah, it's not anything super special. And then opinion-wise, it's a 6 for both of them. No, it's a 6 for Skrelp, 7 for Drihagi. Oh, it's interesting it loses the water type at least. Second. Okay, we'll go 2 more. Got 1 minute left. I'll explain them. Let's go for Spearow. Spearow. Aesthetically, they're 3, both of them. They're just birds. Battle, Spearow, it's a 3. Spearow, it's a 5. It's completely overshadowed by Pidgeot, and for good reason. Pharaoh's fine, but there's a reason why one was chosen to be useful. Anything done with going forward. Alright, so lore-wise, 3. They're just birds. There's nothing else to them. They're just birds that are occasionally used by the baddie team. An opinion on them, 4. They're fine, but they're serviceable. That's it. I think that's got to be it for today. We've done 51. That's 3 hours, basically. Yeah, 3 hours. Right, so we'll call that 3 hours, and we've done 151, and I've ranked 151 of them. I've ranked 190,381 because of the forms. I don't know if I've actually ranked all the ones in like contest Pikachu's in yet and stuff. But I don't think that's counted. Alright, so is it 191 then? Alright, so there will be, you know what? There will be more of this next week on Friday. Yeah, I intended to possibly do one stream. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, so there'll be more. There will be, at the same time, more Super Mario Odyssey next week. More, sorry, I'm losing my voice. Challenge Bingo in Breath of the Wild Master Mode, and there'll be more of this, Pokemon Quiz and Ranking. The end of which I'll rank all shinies, other forms, and then we'll have a video showing the results. Alright, so thanks for watching everyone. Hope to see you next time. Hope my voice is better next time. Thank you and goodbye. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. Alright, cheers.